hot. I really hope my speed stick holds up. Some guy just wandering out in the... What is he, Pokemon hunting? Now he's gone.
I'm known to be quite vexing. I'm just forewarning you.
Lady, shut up!
Prime seating. I can already tell. I haven't seen any of the reviews for it, but I can already tell that it's going to have a lot of shit reviews, and fans are going to love it. You know what? When Batman, I liked Batman vs. Superman. I liked Man of Steel. However, both times I was like, you know what? The critics, they have good points. Yeah, I can see that. I agree with that. Man of Steel was too dark. I did like that they went the extra mile for Batman. Because, like, if Superman's going to be this dark, fuck, what's Batman going to be like? They totally went there. Loved it. And, but, yes, you know what? When I first saw the character introductions, I was like, oh, you know, this looks like it could be like the Con Air of the DC movies. But you know what? After seeing the whole thing, I was like, no, this movie deserves so much more respect than being, compared to Con Air. This is the smoking aces of DC movies. You know what? I was glad that they barely showed any Joker in any of the previews because, oh, good. I'm going to see more of, they're not going to ruin him for the movie. But you know what? I think they showed just the right amount. I think the percentage of the previews he was in, accurately translates to the amount of time he was in the movie. Does that make sense? Like, I knew that this was going to be an emotional Joker, one who got frustrated, one who was a bit more psychotic, unpredictable, kind of Joker who would let his emotions get the better of him. And I know a lot of people might be against that kind of interpretation of the Joker, but you know what, there are so many interpretations of the Joker, and I liked this one. You know what, I liked it. It was pretty good. I understand that Heath Ledger's Joker sort of is the kind of character who can't be bullied. At first, I wasn't really liking the Joker's introduction scenes. I thought it was kind of crappily chopped together compared to Will Smith's stuff. But you know what? It wasn't about him. He was a side character in Harley Quinn's story, and I like that. Yeah, you know what? I like that he didn't try to be like Heath Ledger. You know what? All the Jokers have really unique ways, and I'm really glad that Jared Leto went in his own direction. It was very creepy. Certain scenes were chilling. I wanted to see more of him, but you know what? Oh well. Still liked it.
Uh-oh. They know.
You know what? There were a lot of really great concepts and ideas in this movie. It's kind of like Family Guy writing. South Park did a good job making fun of them. You know, it's like Carmen makes a joke. Ha! You see that? And it has to do with the plot, with the situation at hand. I'm paraphrasing. In this movie, they kind of just cut to the emotionally impacting scenes and the character development, and they just, straight up like to have cool parts. But at the same time, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I like that kind of movie, And like Smoking Aces, those moments hit an emotional chord regardless. They were powerful for people who are already aware of those characters in the comics, and even if you're not. All of Will Smith's scenes were amazing. That character was really well executed. You can tell they put the most effort into his portrayal, his execution. He was the character you felt, you related to more. You wanted to, you understood his motivations. You wanted him to succeed. I'm really glad DC finally made a movie that knows how to have fun. And having said that, it's not the same, and it's not the same kind of fucking fun that Marvel does. It's their own version of fun. But at the same time, I think a lot of, I'm pretty sure it's the kind of thing a lot of people are going to have beef with. It's like, no, motherfucker, This is a movie that does not take itself completely seriously, so deal with it. Therefore, your criticisms are mostly invalid.
Okay, this is what I'm dealing with right now.
You know what, I understand this is going to be one of those movies that I'm going to have to defend, that I'm going to have to fight for, explain why I like it, and you know what, I am okay with that.
It's so hot. I should not be eating these.
Okay, so yes, analytically and technically, this is kind of a lazily written movie, but it took a lot of shortcuts to get you to like it. You know what? I liked it anyway. I don't care. I like fast food, even though, it's not good for you. This movie is just a little bit of a guilty pleasure, I guess you could say. But I enjoyed it, It's probably not good for me, but I enjoyed it. I will admit I had to warm up to this Joker, but I like him now. I like him. The Joker's chilling moments don't come till later on. Like chilling in different ways, like chilling in, oh, that's so cool, and chilling like, that's fucked up, and chilling like, that's scary. You have to be open to it, though. Really good comic book movie. Maybe not a good movie. Decent. Yeah, it's good to be open-minded. I can totally see people having their minds made up about this movie early on, but you can't do that, man. It gets better. It gets better. And there were some good scenes in the beginning. The whole movie was good. It's just, you have to watch the whole thing. Some scenes out of context might seem bad.
Oh, so hot out there. Need to cool down. Mad props to Jared Leto. He did such a good Joker. I just really I really wish they gave him more to work with. You know what? I'm gonna have to give it 3.5 stars. I consider Smokin' Aces a 4-star movie. Shit. No, you know what? Maybe 3.5. I think this is as good as Smokin' Aces. Really good. Still liked it. This is also kind of a first impression, so my opinion may change over time. I'm worried it may turn into a 4-star movie. I've done that. I tend to appreciate movies more over time than dislike them. And yes, Harley Quinn was crazy about the Joker, but you know what? The Joker was crazy about Harley Quinn too. Better love story than Twilight. How is it that I didn't feature these in the background? Oh, but I was happy to see that they actually included some of the fucking music from the trailer in the movie. And on top of that, the soundtrack, A+. Holy shit, great fucking soundtrack. I can't believe why didn't I mention that? That was like one of my favorite things about the movie. Soundtrack. Holy shit. Can I change that A+ for the music to like an A-? Because Rules of Attraction is like an A+. Or Pulp Fiction. I thought it was funny people in the theater were really receptive of scenes that were from the trailers. You know, it's funny how trailers become their own viral videos. You know, songs become popular again because of the trailer. Yeah, there are a lot of trailers that are better than the movie. In fact, I don't know, the first Comic-Con trailer of this movie might be better than the movie, like as a short movie. It was really well done.
So I didn't get chills from Jared Leto's performance of the Joker right off the bat, like I did with Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger comes on screen, The Dark Knight, I see him for the first time. Oh my god. This movie, I was, it started off, I was a bit skeptical. It's like, okay, this is pretty much the Joker I was expecting from the trailers. Let's see how he pans out. But then it got to then it got to the scenes between him and Harley and some of his other stuff. I didn't really like the scene with him in Common. I thought that was kind of crappily chopped together. Seemed like, I don't know, something they added afterwards maybe, I don't know. but I really liked a lot of the other scenes with him. I like that they ended up going more into his and Harley Quinn's past. That he didn't just torture her and she became obsessed with him. They had a relationship. Those scenes. One of the things I was worried about was the portrayal of Harley Quinn. Like, here's a character who is undoubtedly going to be a role model to a lot of girls. But, she's this doctor who became obsessed with the Joker while trying to help him. And, I'm going in, I was thinking, I don't know if that's such a good thing. Having such an awesome character be just completely head over heels, totally obsessed with her boyfriend. But the scene at the end where she tricks the Enchantress and actually rips out her heart, I felt, even though she promised to bring back the Joker, I thought that was perfect. That made up for any worries or concerns I may have had previously. I was like, oh shit, and I was like, it's like, yeah, this is the character who does what she wants, and she stands up for her friends. Okay, and can I just say, I know this movie's gonna get a lot of shit for some of the stereotypical characters. Okay, I know the Japanese character, the samurai, is gonna get a lot of shit. I know that the Australian Captain Boomerang is gonna get a lot of shit. Can I just say that Adam Beach's character, the only native character in the movie, well, he better be a native character now. Adam Beach is playing him, the fucking Brad Pitt of native actors. I knew he was gonna die quickly. I wasn't expecting it to be that fucking horrible. You first see him, and he knocks out this white chick. Okay, no, it shouldn't matter that she's white, I'm sorry. He knocks out this chick, and he's like, she had a mouth. Holy shit, and he's the character that they used to make an example out of. It's like, oh, by the way, you have explosives in your neck. You have explosives in your neck. So it's like, oh, man, you know what, that sucks, and I'm gonna have to live with that. But, being native, but, you know what? It was still a good movie. And you know what, I'm betting people complaining about the racial or the stereotypes portrayed in the movie, I'm betting most of them are going to be white. Just saying that. Like, yes, some of these characters may be culturally insensitive and aren't 100% politically correct, but we got to bear in mind that comics aren't held up to the same standards as movies in the media, and a lot of these comics were written a long time ago, blah blah blah, but I think the most important factor is that these characters were in fact cool and deadly, and except for Slipknot. You know what? I'll deal with it. The scenes with Enchantress were really good too. Were really well done. At one point I was like, wait, she can kill them all in like an instant. Why is that not happening? But then they explained that. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna give you all one last opportunity to join me. I like that. The scenes where she tempts Harley were really well done, really creepy. It was straight up cool. They're fighting a god. And you know what? This movie was not afraid to deal with magic. Looking at the previews for Doctor Strange, I kind of feel like they're going to try and come up with a logical explanation for magic, like it's interdimensional shit, kind of like Thor has basically become the Superman of the Marvel Universe. They're going to kind of, and his ancestors or him himself visited Earth tens of thousands of years ago and they revered him as gods. I kind of feel like they're going to come up with another scientific explanation for Doctor Strange, but this movie dealt with straight up, we can't explain this, magic. Well done. The female characters were surprisingly well done. They did a better job portraying female characters in this movie than they did in the first Avengers movie. You know what? Agent Coulson, Black Widow. Whereas in this movie, you have actual female characters with badass powers and who can do some deadly shit. The main antagonist of the movie, the villain, was Enchantress, and I love that. Some of the more badass characters were female, actually. Geez, I think I use that word a lot, badass. Especially in movie reviews. Why is that? I had to deal with this movie's racial insensitivity too, firsthand. You know what? I got past it. I deal with that shit every day. This movie was fine. One scene I noticed that was in the trailer, but not in the movie, was a quick shot of the Joker and a half burnt off face pulling off some sort of grenade or smoke grenade or something. Now, because that wasn't featured in the movie, I am assuming that the reshoots had something to do with it. I think that maybe the Joker originally was supposed to come in and save the day, save Harley and the day. But if that's the case, and they decided to reshoot it and, you know, make it about the battle with the Enchantress more, and kudos.
You know, I'm not too sure if the Joker is a cuck or if he was just fucking with Common. I think maybe he was just fucking with him. I don't know. He's capable of anything. But yeah, you can tell he really put everything into that 5-minute role. What felt like such a short role. Really great job. Every scene with the Joker, favorite parts. Every scene with the Joker after the Common scene, I loved. That scene was okay, just didn't make too much sense. I'm just, you know, just a scene to show Joker killing someone for no reason. I really liked when Deadpool started taking on all the bad guys himself in that one scene. I really like his backstory, all the scenes with him and his daughter. All of the scenes, a lot of the scenes with Enchantress when she was talking to the Suicide Squad, when she was talking to Harley Quinn, all spookily and gaudily. And I really liked the bar scene. Like Guardians of the Galaxy did something like that, where, you know, all this chaos is going on and they just decide to have, you know, a quick, not necessarily a quick, but like a sit down and talk scene. You know, and it's always nice to see those in big action movies, and I love that they did that with this movie. And I believed when they changed their mind from, you know, when they went from losing all hope to like, nah, we're gonna fucking do this. Like, I bought that transition. That was a really well done scene. Got to know the characters a lot better. Oh, really liked Viola. Another favorite scene, when she kills everyone. Spoiler. Amanda Waller in the movie. No, I'm not wearing any pants. And you know what? Adam Beach's character actually, upon reflection, like on second thought, wasn't that bad. He was like the bounty hunter of the movie. You know? He was actually cool in the very short amount of time they gave him. And he ended up having a very unfortunate early end.